The purpose of today is our partners Alliance have come together to put this event together. So can I welcome our Inspector and Police Officer Lee, Michael from VRU and Councillor Ali from the local area. And if anybody got anything to ask at the end, please do ask us questions at the end. So I'll just introduce you to my right. Part of the Alliance is Jabeen and Shabana from Grace. Give us a wave. I've got Mohammed Sawa from CWT. Give us a wave. Nurul is part of Oldham Community Sports Club. Yay! Nanu from Royal Sports Club. And Janine Conway from Great Hill Youth Club. Give us a wave.
We are proud to say this is our third year Oldham Green Hill being involved in violence reduction unit and a focus on antisocial behaviour. We've made profound impact within the community in year 1 and year 2, as you can see from the infographics, and it's in line with the priorities that the VRU have, especially with it being community-led. A huge focus on early intervention. Some of the key outputs in the last year or so was, working on a lot of workshops, getting experienced people that have been on the wrong end of the law and order, going through lived experience, giving young people an insight into what it's like to be on the other side. How the justice system works, giving them a full insight, giving them that idea. The Greater Manchester Police have been heavily involved in terms of the workshops that we've had. A lot of knife crime is quite prevalent out there. It's not just in London, and we have a brilliant workshop that was really well received. Over 100 engagement. It was brilliant, and hopefully we can continue the good work.
In partnership with the Oldham Alliance Group, I've obviously taken the initiative to come on board and deliver what we do as an organisation. So there's things like where early intervention through sports. Every Saturday we deliver morning sessions to children between the age of 8 to 13. Where multi-sports facilities and multi-sports is provided to the children through the complex here. The main aim is to provide these sessions to make sure that these kids have the facilities and also the environment to make sure that they are able to participate in these sports and also make friends here as well. It is difficult, obviously, for children around here to find facilities, and also for parents to take them to the right sort of venues to make sure that they are integrating with the right people and the right sort of organisations.
I'm Janine Conway, and I'm coordinator of Great Hill Youth Club. So, in our area, we got a new centre, but it doesn't have sports facilities anymore. So a lot of the older boys dropped off and were going causing trouble. They were on the streets because they couldn't play football. They had no sports. They didn't want to do arts and crafts and gardening. So we found this working along with Green Hill was a way of providing sports for these people, these young boys and girls, to get off the streets. So now on a Friday we minibus them up here and they come and play football and then join us back at the centre. So like this, between the area 1 and 2, we're trying to provide a safe space for the health and well-being involved. They do sports involved areas, they have the talks involved areas and the workshops, and it's about empowering the youth. Some of these young people we've now taken as young volunteers that work in the youth club with the younger children, and it gives them some work experience and a step forward instead of just being on the streets.
And about 6 years ago, Grace came about mainly through COVID and the isolation, and let me give you a that we held and that we had. work through our local feedback that we attained from our young girls and our women. And a lot of feedback was on isolation. They were encouraging activities, thinking outside the box, doing activities such as fencing, horse country, horse riding sessions, and then holding also coffee mornings as well. Now these coffee mornings were an amazing platform for people to come together in an open and safe space to discuss the issues that are surrounding our community, the isolation they were feeling, the restrictions and family-oriented issues that they were having. It was a space where they could openly talk, share coffees, which enabled us then to get that feedback.
And I'd like to thank everybody's team for putting this project together, a very important one, very needed one, and to be able to work with services, relevant services and partners to improve the antisocial behavior in our town. Thank you.
Welcome to CWTC, the Centre of Wellbeing, Training and Culture in Oldham. CWTC is a registered charity community organisation. We offer a range of free services for local residents. These include the CWTC Wellbeing Cafe, Get Connected community podcasts, Basic IT for adults, spoken English classes, cost of living crisis workshops, community networking events, content creation workshops, media skills, audio production workshops, visits to places of interest,
the Centre of Wellbeing, Training and Culture during my workdays. Today, I want to talk about antisocial behavior and the impact it can have on people and families. This is something that is very personal to me and is based on experiences from my own childhood. When I was around 11 or 12 years old, my family and I began experiencing racism in our neighborhood. Sadly, this wasn't something that happened once and then stopped. It continued for years, all the way until I was around 16 years old. Because we came from another country, some people in the area targeted us and made us feel unsafe, like we didn't belong. They would make racist comments and threats. At times, they even made death threats towards my family. They threw rocks at our house, damaging our property and making us feel unsafe in our own home. One of the most frightening things they did was use quad bikes to intimidate us. They would circle around my mother and siblings while riding their bikes, trying to scare them. Imagine being a child and seeing your family being threatened simply because of where you came from. No one should have to experience that. The impact on my family was huge. My siblings became scared of going outside whenever they heard the sounds of quad bikes. What should have been a normal childhood became something filled with fear and anxiety. My mother became afraid to walk the dogs at night unless I was with her because she didn't feel safe on her own. As for me, I stopped wanting to speak to people in the neighborhood. I found it difficult to trust others because I didn't know who might be friendly and who might want to hurt or intimidate us. Instead of feeling part of the community, I felt isolated from it. What many people don't realize is that the effects of antisocial behavior don't disappear when the incident ends. The memories and emotions can stay with people for years. Fear, anxiety, and lack of trust can become part of everyday life. Even after things improve, the impact can remain. Sadly, I know that my family is not the only family that has gone through something like this. Across the country, many people experience antisocial behavior, racism, harassment, bullying, and intimidation. Some people are targeted because of their race, religion, nationality, disability, or simply because they are seen as different. When people hear the term antisocial behavior, they sometimes think of as just being annoying or destructive. And for the people experiencing it, it can be much worse and much more serious. It can affect mental health, confidence, relationships, and a person's sense of safety. It can make people afraid to leave their homes or feel unwelcome in their own community. This is why it is so important that we take antisocial behavior seriously. We should not ignore it or dismiss it as harmless. We need communities where people feel safe, respected, and accepted, regardless of where they came from. If we witness antisocial behavior, we should speak up and support those affected. If someone tells us about their experiences, we should listen rather than dismiss their concerns. Small acts of support can make a huge difference to someone who feels alone. My experience taught me how damaging antisocial behavior can be, but it also taught me the importance of empathy, understanding, and standing up for others. No one should have to live in fear because of their background or identity. I hope by sharing my story, people can better understand the real impact that antisocial behavior has on individuals and families. More importantly, I hope that it encourages us all to create community where everyone feels safe, respected, and valued. Thank you for listening.
Deal with, or there's some violence where they're having their season. He's got a choice. He can either carry on playing football, go indoors and retreat on something that mental health and sort of with no engagement, or he may get dragged along into doing ASB, get along into gang profiles, etc. So you can see Mohammed there, as a 10-year-old, with lots of gifts, good education, has got that individual choice to make of where he goes on that. So, as a police officer, when we go on that street and we're speaking to Mohammed, we thought, and we're there, he's playing football because he's doing awesome things to do. This work that you put on here gives us the avenue to say to Mohammed, come here, join with, make new friends and family. You do not then have to be kicking the ball where it's dangerous for you. You do not have to then get engaged in antisocial behaviour where there's gangs there that may then lead on to taking drugs, drug dealing, get involved in violent crime, which with this business, notables was that child that could be Mohammed. So don't forget how important this work is. And when we turn it or we engage to what I do, that we have got a place to give them. Otherwise, they could go down the road that none was popular to go down.
Thank you for inviting me here today. So my name is Michael Phipps. Hey Wesley, so yeah. My name is Michael Phipps. My background is I'm a youth and community worker. I've done that from the age of 16 when I left school. So to any young people in here, I know it's sometimes hard in terms of becoming a youth worker and stuff like that. There isn't always the hours or the money might not be great at first, but take every opportunity that you can get. Whether it's a coaching badge or just any hours, so every single opportunity you can get. I've been doing that for a long time. It's in universal youth work. A real passion of mine was working with those young people who were maybe getting excluded from the youth centre or getting kicked out of school. So I started setting up projects, a mentoring project, so I've had disorderly behaviour, and a lot of different projects around knife crime and then county lines and criminal exploitation. And then 6 years ago, I was asked to join the Greater Manchester Violence Reduction Unit. So my role now is I'm the community lead in that team, so I work with a lot of community groups right across Greater Manchester. But before we put any funding into a community, it's about understanding that every community is different. So we can't just say we want you to do this over there. It's about listening to that community, finding out the individual strengths, needs and challenges in that community. And that's how we create a true community-led approach to violence reduction in each community. And that's what the violence reduction has been doing for the last couple of years right across Greater Manchester. 2.5 years now to the work we've been doing in Oldham, and like I said, we just heard some of the groups that have been involved in it. Excuse me. I think it's great to see there's so much work going on, because a lot of the time you'll hear whether it's on the news or you'll say there's nothing going on, there's nothing for us to do. And you can see here today there's loads of stuff going on, there's loads of positivity in the community. And it's just great to come out and see that work. So just thank you to every single one of you that's part of the Alliance, and other people that are not part of the Alliance but they're here today and so on, because hopefully you can listen to that work, share what's going on in your community, direct young people and families to the support that's available to them. Thank you very much.
So my message today is this programme is a toolkit. It only works if any residents tell us where it is. Speak up, report what you see, come to us with your concerns, with ideas and solutions. We can't fix what we don't know about, and we can't do it alone. Together with this alliance, the police, our community groups, and most of all, we do the residents, we can make Oldham a safer, more hopeful place for every person. Thank you, and I look forward to making it.
That concludes the presentation and speeches. So what we have got, we've got 20 minutes just to network, talk to each other, get some vibes and ask people the questions, and then we've got food being served. If there's any questions, Don't ask me, ask the others. Alright, thank you very much everybody. Give yourself a round of applause.
How was the event for you today?
It's a really good event. It's great to see so many different people from all different backgrounds in the community coming together with the sole purpose of just supporting their community and having a reduction in violence. It's not about violence, it's just about making safe and strong communities for all. So people are happy and feel safe where they live. So lots of different groups here today, from sports clubs to people helping with CVs and job opportunities to parents and supporting other parents who might be struggling with something that they might have been through. So it's just great to see this active work that's going on here today.
I thought it was well received. You know, we have a lot of the community, we have a lot of stakeholders, the Greater Manchester Environment is concerned, we have a representative from the police and the highest order, so it was really, really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Most importantly, all the alliance came together to portray a fantastic message to say that, you know, antisocial behaviour, violence is a thing, hate is a thing. We've got plenty of positive activity.
Hi there, my name is Rayan Zafar from the Oldham College. I'm doing my work placement at the Centre of Wellbeing Training and Culture, or CWTC. Today I was with Abu Bakr. We were both helping out with the ASBVRU event, the Antisocial Behaviour and Violence Reduction Unit. My role today was to assist Abu Bakr with his camera work. I was setting up the tripods, cameras, ensuring that the audience was covered in every pan, that all the guest speakers were shown, and that all the content that needed to be collected was there. Later, me and Abu Bakr, we both went and interviewed some of the guest speakers and the audience members to get their feedback and thoughts on the event. Abu Bakr was minding the camera and I was asking the questions. The Centre of Wellbeing Training and Culture really helped me with my confidence to approach people in public and ask some probing questions that otherwise I might not have, or just not have the confidence to usually do so. It really helped me to get out my shell and sort of go out my comfort zone. It was my first time interviewing people in that sort of a way, and I got some really good feedback, which was great to hear.
Hello, my name is Abu Bakr Islam from the Oldham College, doing a work placement here at the CWTC. As Rayan said, we attended an event on antisocial behaviour. It was a good event, and my main role was to handle the camera and get the shots needed, to produce a well-edited video. As Rayan said, during the event, me and Rayan went around the venue and interviewed some of the special guests and some of the audience members to gain some feedback on how the event went and how they liked the event and what they benefited from the event. During the event, I made sure to correct the angles of the camera shots, making sure that the speakers are clearly in view and that no audience members are interfering with the view of the camera. Other than that, the event went well. I did learn a lot from the event, and CWTC has helped me to gain more experience on how to actually do these type of events successfully and properly. Thank you.